Hi guys, this is just a quick video to do a flip through of some vintage photos that I'm putting into my Etsy shop. So some of you may remember a while back I found a whole tub of vintage photos at Reverse Garbage, and if you're interested in seeing that, I'll put the link to that video in the comments box below. But it was all travel related photos, a few non-travel but mostly travel, and it looked of one lady and yeah, she had adventures all around the world, and she kept awesome records. On the back of all the photos were dates and times and information about what the photo was of and all sorts of stuff. Like, she kept really great records, and yeah, at the time it made me a bit sad, I suppose, that someone's memories were just discarded like that. But I suppose the good thing is they were given to a recycle centre instead of just thrown in the rubbish bin, so at least they can live on in, you know, someone else's memories in their journal. So, or someone can make something out of them, and her memories aren't just, I don't know, thrown away like that. I don't know, I find that sort of thing really sad. Anyway, so I did put Spain, France and Norfolk Islands in my shop, and France and the Norfolk Islands have sold, but Spain is still in there. So I'll put the video to that, the link to that video if you want to see the flip through for those. And this slot I'm putting, look, eventually I'll put them all. I've just been really slow about it because I just had no time. My poor little Etsy shop is like almost empty. I think it's only got around 30 items, and a few of those are multiples, like, you know, different multiples of coin envelopes or something, and a few reserved items. So I would like to eventually get it up to 100 items if I could, but my target now is by the end of February I would like at least 50 items in there. Anyway, so this slot I'm doing Tasmania, the Grand Canyon and Greece. Okay, and if you're not from Australia, Tasmania is part of Australia. It's a little island right down the bottom off the mainland. So, okay, I'll get to the, whenever I send out my orders, I always put in little extras that relate to the order, and yeah, these are some I had found that I thought I'd send with the Tasmanian photos. Just some stamps of Tasmania. And look, a little Tasmanian devil. Which there is a Tasmanian devil, like a little cancer that's going around killing a lot of them. So they're in this mad rush to save these little guys. They're native to Australia. But okay, so whoever gets this pack knows a couple of the little freebies I'll get with it now. I would just toss things aside for when I list it. Okay, so this pack, the photos have April 1995 writing on the back. It comes with some negatives, and I don't know if these negatives relate to these photos or not, because this pack, these were in with this, but there's only one strip, which doesn't account for all the photos. But there were a lot of loose negatives in that tub I got, and I've just been trying to put a strip in each lot of photos, so at least you have the whole photo experience, I suppose. But they make good embellishments in the journals as well. This lot has 25 photos and 2 postcards. So this is, I'm so sorry about the glare. I've got the blind shut because it's so hot here in Sydney, Australia. Yeah, this one, so it's got April 95 there. N Trust, Tasmania. Not sure what that N is for. National Trust, Tasmania maybe. Actually, I think from memory it was National Trust. So this is the original photo envelope. I'll chuck that aside. Sorry, I always think I'm going to do a quick video, but I'm so slow. Okay, there's 2 postcards in this, and these 2 postcards were actually with these photos originally, so she must have purchased these you know, during her trip. Oh, okay. One has writing. A lot of the postcards in the box I found didn't have writing, but this one does. So this one says 10th of April 95. Spent 2 nights in self-contained cabin some distance from main building. Very cold. Wind chill factor of -15 degrees. Temp 7 degrees, I think. -7 and sleet. Lodge contained dining room, lounges, reception area. That must be where she stayed, and she bought this postcard there. See, I think that's really sweet. Look how beautiful it is. The other one is blank. Cradle Mountain. See, James and Paul, we do have snow in Australia. 10th of April 95. Winter, Cradle Mountain, Tasmania. So beautiful. Okay, so there's those postcards. Okay, so let me get to it. I just do a flip through because you can only fit 10 photos in Etsy, and you know, if someone is interested, yeah, I'd like to show exactly what they're getting. So I'm not going to read every photo, but just to give you an idea, see how she's got dates, 17th of April 95, Tasmania, and she puts coast, on way to Port Arthur, Eaglehawk, Tasman Peninsula. See, she put really good records on all of her photos. Colonial, what is that? I can't read the writing, sorry. Mancy or something. Runnymede, 1836, Hobart. So that must be one of the heritage listed houses that they've kept aside as little touristy attractions as well. Look at that old car out front. Rustic cottage, 1820, with quaint English garden. Battery Point, Hobart. See, I love how she's put so much information on all of her photos. This is typical Australian bush with all the gum trees. And if you want to read the backs of them, you can just pause. See, I wonder if that's her. She's patting a little wallaby. I wish I kept such great records with all my photos, but I never did. Lake St. Clair, the deepest in Australia, is the result of glacial action. See, these would be great in travel journals or even just nature journals. I like how she's put bits of history about the place as well. 1886, gold discovered. Hope you can see okay. I love old ruins like that. Oh my gosh. Convict ruins, Sarah Island. So gorgeous. Yeah, you can catch a boat from the mainland of Australia over to Tasmania as well. You don't have to fly. That way you can also take your car. so that you can drive around when you're over there. That's from the plane by the looks of it. It's a wildlife park. James, look, wombat. James is my friend. He's over in Idaho in the US, and he loves wombats, and he did adopt a wombat years ago, but he forgot its name, and over the years I've always refused to tell him because I keep saying, how could you forget the name of your wombat that you adopted? But I might put you out of your torture now. It's been a few years that I've kept it to myself. His name was Alfred. How could you forget, James? Your adopted wombat baby, Alfred. Why did I tell you? I wanted to keep you in torture a few more years. That's so cruel, isn't it? Every time we drop I drop a wombat joke, I always joke to him, oh, but you forgot his name. And he's like, what's his name? Tell me, I forgot. And I'm like, nope, you don't care about him. You forgot. And so for years I haven't told him, but yeah. Alfred, okay. Don't forget, because I'm not going to tell you again. Okay. The next one is the Grand Canyon. And these are panorama style photos. Let me show you. Panorama. That's the regular photo. See how much longer they are? Sorry, I have to put these in my little envelopes with my item numbers because they all get mixed up. Okay, so this one is Grand Canyon. They're dated 1994. There's 15 photos in this album. They were already in this little plasticky album. I don't know where this is, but it looks like to me Outback Australia. Classic Outback Australia pictures. And there's some negatives in there and a postcard, which was already with the photos. So these negatives I think do belong to these because they were actually in this album. But again, I don't know why. Not all of them are there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures. But look at this little glassine baggie. Isn't it so cute? I love it. The old Kodak one. My dad was a photographer, print and photographer. He had a graphic arts business, and he has like boxes and boxes of these, all different glassine bags, and they're aged, and he's a stamp collector as well, so he uses them for that. And for years I've been trying to scab them off him, but I can't get them off him. And I really want them, especially the stamp collecting ones. They're awesome because they got writing all over them and years and everything. Okay, this is the postcard that was with it. Winter in the Grand Canyon. And I really, really want to go to the Grand Canyon. It looks so beautiful. And I love that she put little bits of you know, postcards, and some have brochures and that with it. Okay, now these ones, she didn't put writing on the back of the photos, but she did put little yellow stickies there with the date and what it is. So I don't know if you can see with the glare. I don't want to pull them all out, but this one's 12th of September 94, Grand Canyon, Arizona. So beautiful. Oops, can you see? I love it. This one she's put I don't know if it's a sticker or a label or something. I don't know if it's a sticker or a label, but She must have taken a helicopter ride. And she's popped that in there. See, I love that. She kept little things like that. Grand Canyon from helicopter, yeah. So beautiful. Look at that. East Rim Grand Canyon. And look at this, the detail she put. Sunset, West Rim, 12th of September 94, 7 p.m. That's just awesome. And some she's put temperatures and everything. I just love the detail. She went to so much effort and then someone just threw them out. I don't know if she passed away or... So sad. 8,160 feet. Inspiration point. I don't know if they're coming up good on camera, but I know, I hope you don't see my reflection in the shiny. My hair's in pigtails. I had the grandkids here and for some reason they like pigtails. Yellowstone Falls. So beautiful. Oh, I really want to go there. Navarro Indian Reservation. See, look, I've looked at these photos 5,000 times, but every time, I was going to do a really quick flip through, but every time I start looking and reading again. Look at this, a gigantic Devil's Tower, gigantic volcanic peak rising from the prairie, South Dakota. See, I love that she kept these sort of details. Okay, so that's the Grand Canyon. And the last one is Greece. Now this one I am going to zoom through because there's 45 photos in this one. It says March 87, Athens, Corinth. And I don't know if that's a typo, but I think she means Nafplio. Might have spelt it wrong. Anyway, there's a mark here from an elastic band that was around it. It was so old, when I took the elastic off, it stuck a bit there. This one, so there's 45 photos, one negative, and the photos from 1987, and there's 2 postcards. So again, I don't know if this negative relates to it. This one was actually loose in the box. That's the original photo envelope. This one is taped up. I love these old envelopes. There's another little pocket there. I think that's where the negatives are meant to go. In there. Okay. Let's see the 2 postcards. So that's one of them. It's blank. I can't read it because I'm too blind. And that's the other. Okay, because there's 45, I will try, sorry, I'm just trying to move my chair out of the way. Because there's 45, I will try and go super duper quick. I must say the Greek ones were my favourite out of all the photos in there. Like, I really love them. Okay. I'm just going to flip them over for ease. Okay, that's okay. You can read upside down, I hope. Oh, see, look at the detail on this one. Okay. Corinth, I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that right. 26th March 87, Corinth Canal. 6,939 yards long, 75 feet wide, built between 1882 and 1893. connecting Ionian and Aegean seas. That's like real proper touristy information. I love it. Oops. Independence Day parade. Look at the buildings. Oops, what's that one? Oh, Venetian fort. Look at that. Wouldn't you love to walk down that little street? It reminds me of some of the streets in Hungary when I was there for work a few years ago. So gorgeous. Imagine the time she spent just documenting everything. Because she would have had to write notes as she took the photos, like in a notebook or something, and then written them on the back of the pictures once they were developed. Hotel. Ooh, she stayed in a nice hotel. And some of them, you know, even if it's like this, you're like, what's that about? And citrus orchard in the hotel grounds. See, like if you were to look at that photo, you'd think, oh yeah, it's nice, but you know, but then you find out the hotel grounds has a citrus orchard. It's so cool. I really love it. Sorry, I know I'm going on, but I love old photos and papers. Snow on the mountains. It's from the plane again. In flight, snow on Turkish mountains. Sapio Exhibition Hall. I know I'm saying that wrong, but it's really pretty. These are the ones I love. Old cathedrals and Cathedral Church of Athens, 11th century. That is so cool. Yeah, when we were in Hungary a few years ago, I went for work and my husband met me over there a week or so in, and yeah, there are heaps of old churches there, like beautiful old churches and buildings. Really gorgeous place to visit, like so interesting. It's a restoration project. Actually, when I was in London as well, that same trip that I went to Hungary for work, and the thing I didn't like about the really old ruins was surrounding the old ruins in London, you'd see modern day buildings, and yeah, it's just a shame. Look at this. I love these little streets. with the little vendors. So gorgeous. Okay, so they're the grease ones. And I'll pop those in my shop. And sorry, I might be spamming you with a few videos today because I haven't had any time in my craft room lately, and I need to get some stuff into my little shop, and I'd like to do videos to show the people what they're getting. Okay, so that's it. They'll be available in my shop shortly. Thanks for watching. Bye.